Hey guys, it's Mr. Hyndman. Obviously, I haven't seen you in forever. I miss you guys. I just wanted to touch base and leave a little screencast of what you should have done this week, and maybe just hit some things and talk about some things that you might be wondering, and just give you an idea of what you should be learning about. If you haven't accessed anything yet, don't trip out about it. It's all good. Just try to, do as much as you can and try to do the activities daily. I try to keep them short and sweet. Shouldn't take you longer than 20 to 30 minutes. Um, but let me go through some stuff. I want to show you guys some things, and I want a chance to play on my PowerPoint. You guys know how I like to draw on that and show you what's up. So, let me go through the PowerPoint of what you should have learned through this first week, and then I'll tell you what to expect next week. We're going to do a Zoom meeting next week, and I'll let you know what day we're going to do that. We'll have some fun, and we'll talk about what you should be learning. Prepare to take one of those little Edulastic tests Friday next week. Um, and I'm posting this video on tomorrow for Friday, April 3rd. I'm sorry, April. What's the date tomorrow? April 10th. Sorry, guys. And then April 17th will be your test. But if you don't get to anything tomorrow, that's fine. I will post this on Monday as well. All right, so here we go. Let's talk about what you should be learning, North and South. So you remember last chapter, guys, we finished off with Manifest Destiny. We're trying to gain everything we wanted out west, right? Remember we talked about how we gained this through the Louisiana Purchase. We gained the Oregon Territory, learned about the Oregon Trail. We learned about the Texas annexation, where we fought Santa Anna at the Alamo, and we learned about the war with Mexico that gained a lot of this land. So we talked about Manifest Destiny, how we gained a lot of that land, and that's kind of what we're picking up. Remember, as we started moving west, the issue became more and more, what do we do about slavery, right? Because remember, we got free states up here and slave down here. So what we need to be focusing on this chapter is, how are these places becoming different, and why are they starting to build up some tension with each other? And a lot of it has to do with their different lifestyles. Remember, in the South, they are cotton based, they're slave based. This is what they do. There aren't many factories, there aren't many railroads, there's not much technology. They are all about slavery, and it's growing and growing exponentially, not only because of cotton production, but because of that cotton gin machine that made it easier to produce all that cotton. And remember, where's all that cotton going to? Going up north to those factories that we talked about. In the video this week, you should have saw on the America Story of Us page, you should have saw something about how there were child labor workers, kids younger than you, working 14 hours a day in factories with dangerous machinery and things of that nature. So this is what people would do. Most of the jobs in the North were factory based, and you would turn that cotton into clothing, into furniture, and all kinds of things. And so the North, they were relying on that cotton. So the cotton was literally king in this country. So it impacted both free and slave states when we're thinking about that, okay? But the other thing you got to think about is new technologies coming up. The telegraph. We wouldn't be able to do this meeting. I wouldn't be able to do this video. I wouldn't be able to post lessons without the telegraph, because we wouldn't have long distance communication. Literally, the internet existed because of the very first long distance communication device, this telegraph. And you guys are going to see that's going to play a major role in what's about to come up in this class. Steamboats, trains, transportation's getting better. We aren't using horses and buggies. I mean, they still are, but not for mass transportation. These are like the semis and the airplanes of today, the steamboat and the railroad. And so these machines would move that cotton, they would move all that production from state to state, from everywhere, because there's more connection between railroads, between these canals. Bottom line is this: everything is becoming more connected, especially up here in the north. There's railroads, canals, steamboats, everything can move easier. And this is why the population is kind of booming. The other thing, here's a little pic of what the railroads look like. You notice the years of how it's changing. These little red lines are the railroads as they keep building. Well, look what happens by 1860. Look at that drastic change and increase in railroads. So you can see why things are moving around easier. Think of railroads like roads we have today. They were everywhere. The other thing you guys learned about, which was Thursday, yesterday, or last week if you're watching this on Monday, was